Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Kutemwa and I'm a Zambian student on an F1 visa in the US. So I'm making this video because I realized I've made so many videos on the application components to the US, but not really aware to start. So maybe all you know is that you want to come to the US, but you don't know how. This video is definitely for you. So throughout this video, I'll be referencing those application component videos that I mentioned, and I really advise you to go and get more detail, but this is just going to be a very general outline. So before we go into it, I want to say that the application process to the US is a little bit more complex than most other countries. So it's really going to require a lot of specific effort on your part. You need to learn what the application has to be like. You need to learn what the standards are here, because of course they are the ones who will be judging whether you're a worthy applicant or not. And that goes beyond if you are. It goes to how you package yourself and how they see you. So it's really important that you put in the extra effort. You reach out to people who are here already. You watch videos, which you are doing right now. I'm glad that you're doing that. But it's really going to take a lot of effort on your part. So the first part is how the application process is done. So it's almost completely online, maybe completely online. And it really depends on the specific school that you're applying to. So every school is going to have methods that they accept or receive applications, and it, like I said, it differs based on the school. So there's going to be some platforms that allow you to apply to multiple schools. The biggest and most well-known is the Common Application. I don't know if you've heard of it or not. It's called the Common App mostly, and it allows you, like I said, to apply to multiple schools, and it's pretty easy to use. It tells you what to do. I do have the Common App on this channel, but you just fill out your details, then you can select the schools that you want to apply to, and you can submit using that one platform. Then another one is the Coalition Application. It also allows you to do the same. There are some schools that will take the Common App and not the Coalition, and vice versa. And then there's also the Black Common App, which allows you to apply to HBCUs, and those are historically black colleges and universities here in the US. I have a video breaking down what those are. But yes, so we have these three big platforms. That's not all of them. I'm sure there's some that I don't know about, but those are the big three. And then some schools will allow you to apply directly on their website, and some of them will only allow you to apply directly on their website. And so the biggest thing is that you do the search first, right? You find the schools that you want to apply to, and then you find out what methods do they use, and that will guide the methods that you're going to use to apply. And some of them have limits, like the Common App only allows you to apply to 20 schools and so on and so forth. But they are really different, and you need to do your research and find out which schools you're interested in and how they accept applications. Then the next part is, what is your part in the application? So like I said, it's more involving, a little bit more complex, and there are certain materials that maybe you might not need for other applications. The biggest difference between applications here and in other countries is that it's very well rounded, right? In other countries, like my country, you just submit your results, and it's like they even have a cap on, oh, if you have 6 points, if you have 8 points, whatever, but here it's so different. So I know the number one question people ask me when I say, oh, I'm in the US is, oh, what grades did you have? That does not matter at all. Like when I tell you that people who have very good grades and get rejected, it's a very big thing. So you need to really make sure that you pay attention to all the components of your application, because really it's really a wholesome process, and I really love that. So the big components that are different from other countries apart from your results or your transcripts is going to be essays. So most schools will require you, most if not all, require you to write a statement. Most of the time it's just to get to know who you are as a person. You get to write it, you get to choose the prompt, but most people like to talk about why they want to study what they want to study, why they want to go to the school, and some will have like a personal statement which is about you. Some will have a why do you want to apply to this school. So there's a lot of essays that are built into the process, and those are really important. The next thing that's kind of different, I guess, is recommendations. So most schools will require you to submit at least 3 recommendations, and most of the times these have to be from your high school professors, meaning you have to reach out to them, ask them if they are willing to recommend you. Standards here for recommendations are very different. Please watch the video on recommendations. But yes, you have to ask them to write your recommendations, and then your recommenders most of the time also have to submit additional information or additional documents, because of course they are trusted. They are officials from an academic institution. So most of the time it won't be you submitting your transcript. I mentioned already the transcript. Another thing that your recommenders might have to submit is a school profile. So a school profile it just breaks down what your school is. I think most schools will have a school profile. At my school, I went to Fatima Girls High School, they did have a school profile. It basically just says what the school is, maybe what their values are. It breaks down how are grades assigned, how many people are in the school. And this is really important because, of course, people here have never heard of, maybe they have never heard of the school that I went to. So it kind of just gives them a background of what the school is, so they can also be fair when they're interpreting the transcript of my results as well. So a recommender most of the time will have to submit transcripts and the school profile and the recommendation letter, of course, but they will have to submit it. So they will have to upload it to a portal most of the time. So it's really important that you pick recommenders who are dependable, who know you very well, who will be able to listen to you when you tell them like, oh, this is the standard of the recommendation that I need, but I have a video on that, so I won't go into that. So those are that's on the part of the recommender. Then the other component that's different on what's expected of you is applying for financial aid and scholarships. So it's going to be different based on the school. There are many different things that come into play. Most of the times you have to submit just like information on your finances for the previous year. That's most of the times when you're applying for financial aid. So you have to submit that information and they will tell you. So it's about just going into the website and finding out how do people apply, what scholarships are available. Maybe the scholarship would have a separate application, maybe a separate essay, but that's also a separate part of the application that you need to go into. And maybe you're here and you're like, I just want to come to the US, but I don't know if I can afford it, I don't really know. I am here on a full scholarship and everything was paid for, including my plane ticket. I'll explain more of that at the end, but almost everything was paid for, and there are some pending expenses that I have to take care of, but I was able to get a job when I came here. So the point is that finances don't have to be a limitation. If you are intentional, you apply to the right schools, you plan very well, you save as much as you can, it's very possible for you to come here for free basically. So yes, that's about what's expected of you, the general things expected of you in the application. Like I said, it's very different. You have to be very diligent, be on top of the materials, be on top of the deadlines. I have a video explaining when you should apply. And so the other thing that I said I'll talk about is resources that were really helpful. The biggest savior of my college life is the New Seasons Youth Program. I cannot recommend them enough. Please look them up at newseasonsyouthprogram.com. And this is an organization based here in the US in Atlanta, Georgia. It's a non-profit Christian organization, and their goal is to help students from the African and the Caribbean to come here and to study. So you have to apply to the New Seasons Youth Program. Then once you get in, they help you with the application. So they have very strong connections here, of course. Then secondly, they know the kind of people who are accepted. They know where I should apply, and they are very helpful in that process. They are the ones who paid for my plane ticket to come here. They provided me with a host family. Anyway, I need to make a separate video on the New Season Youth Program. So yes, it's really been amazing. Please look into that program and please apply. It's free, of course. We love free things. And then another helpful resource if you are thinking of taking the SATs. So that's something else that's also different. I didn't mention it because it's not mandatory for most of the schools now, especially after COVID. But the SAT is a college readiness exam, and it basically adds to your application. I have a video explaining anyway, but yes, it basically adds to your application. So if you want to take that standardized exam, the New Seasons Youth Program, I'm part of a group that offers free lessons as our community service project every Saturday, and we have a WhatsApp group and we have a Zoom, and we jump into Zoom every Saturday and have lessons for free with people who want to take the SATs. So if you are looking to do that, please, if you don't have to pay for something, so if you want to be part of that group, please email me at kutemwa16@gmail.com. Just let me know I want to be added to the SAT group, and I'll be happy to do that. Yes. So another helpful resource, of course, is YouTube, and I'm glad that you're here because a lot of international students, we know the struggle, and we really want to help others who are in the shoes that we were in. So look for international student YouTubers, and most of us, I know I am very committed to replying to the comments, to personally connecting with people. I'll share my LinkedIn and different things like that. So definitely use us as a resource. We have gone through the process. I applied like 3 times, so I have way too much experience. I have way too much experience with the process. So please feel free to reach out. I always respond to the comments. So if there's a video that you want me to make or something maybe that I didn't cover, let me know in the comments. I would be very happy to make a video on it. But yes, as I said, I will link a playlist that has a lot of videos just answering different questions and talking about the different processes. But that's the end of this video. I wish you all the best in your journey. Keep on going. It might get hard sometimes, but it is definitely worth it. All right, bye.